Like, oh, you're not stable, settle down and do this so that you can be stable. They want you to be stable. They want you to do this, but they're not understanding what your needs are. And it's not for them to understand, right? When God gave you the vision and he put the whatever on your heart for you to be able to do whatever, it wasn't a conference call.
All praises to the Most High. I've been raising my vibration. Yoga meditation.
It was your prayers, you know what I'm saying, to God's ears, to the divine ears, to the spirit, to the universe, heard you, your frequency. Okay, that's what you want. Okay, boom, let's go get it. And then it's like, at the same time, you'll be pushed to start doing things because you say that you want it. Okay, well, go get it. If this is your destiny, this is your calling, you're going to be pushed into it sometimes, right? Just like with me with tarot. You know, I if I don't read and I know I'm supposed to be reading, spirit will be like, hello. They'll antagonize me to like get like, oh, so you don't want to, oh, you're not a hustler. Do you really want this? Do you know what business owners do? You better go get it. You see little messages and little things pop up, you be like, so you trying to say I'm not a hustler? You trying to say I'm not a, hold up. You know what I'm saying? So your actions and what you say that you want and that you're going after what it is that you truly desire, because you can't have it all. I'm going to have it all. I want it all. Brand new socks. Okay. Anyway, you know, I want it all. And so, I thought they messed up on my bottles. But it's like, I know I want it all. So it's like, I have to make sure that I'm putting my all into it, right? Because energy, whatever you put into something is what you get out of it, right? And if you're somewhere where you're putting energy into things and it's not recycling back to you, it's because it's not meant for you. And that's just period. And it's another thing that I've been learning lately too when it comes to my worth and knowing what I deserve, right? I have to be the one to establish the boundary. I have to be the one to establish boundaries with people. If I know that I have a big heart, I know how caring I am, I know how nurturing I can be, I know how motherly I can be, I know how I can be like, I'll sit here and walk you through it and hold your hand like, okay, now you got it, come on. Until you call and text you, are you okay? Do you need something? Like, I can be all of that. But if I'm not getting that energy in return, I am wasting my energy. I am wasting my time. I don't have to, I don't want to have to be in the energy of having to expend so much energy and not get that in return, right? I don't want to keep expending energy and not receiving that same energy in return because I deserve it. You know, I'm a good person. I do right. I listen. You know, I can admit when I fuck up. I can stop myself and think about things before I get to that point where I have to be like, oh shit, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about, like sitting down, listening, knowing like, okay, shit, let me figure out what's going on so I can make the right moves. Let me get everybody else out of my head, out of my energy, so I can make the right moves, so I can do what's best for me, so I can do what's right for me. Because you can't fail like that. You going with it, So, this is such a blessing. It is. And the reason why I'm taking these bottles out? I'm taking them out because taking them out means I gotta put something in them. If I leave them in this bag and in these boxes, who ain't gonna do nothing with it is me. So, see, you gotta psych yourself. What's that mean? You gotta put yourself in that energy and get it done, I get it done, 2 sticks in my butt. I've been saying a lot of Nicki Minaj stuff lately. What's up, Sagittarius gang? But yeah, so Okay, good. I was like, y'all, oh hell no. excuse me, I'm going to take this. So this, my label is going to go over this. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see that. So I'm not worried about this, right? But when I put my stuff in there, you ain't going to be able to see that. But it's a little mister. Period. Okay, anyway. Period. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so it's just about, this one look different. None of y'all look the same. I'm looking for a flaw. I want them to be wrong, and I'm so glad that they not. They right. Ouch. Anyway. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people will try to tell you what's best for you, what you should do, what you should be doing. And the whole time, the person that knows what's best for you and what you should be doing is you. You know, you are that person. So be mindful of that, you know. Don't let your mind get played with. Don't let your mind be played with. That stuff has got to go. That shit look a mess. My hands feel dirty now. But yeah, don't look at this corner because this corner look crazy. But I'm getting this together as y'all can see because we gotta get it together. What else was I gonna say though? I was gonna say something else to y'all about I was gonna say something else about, I forgot to light my candle. Look at my mind, squirrel. I've been doing 50 million things at once. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I feel like my face is so oily. I know what it is. I put some serum and stuff on it, but then I went outside and I probably should have dampened my face before I did that. My wax is getting warm. The next thing I need to do is clean out my steamer. So come over here with me and while I do that. Hold on, let me back it up. I'm getting it together, so we're gonna do it like that so you don't see all the flaws. Because I gotta get it together. Okay, I gotta get it together. Give me time. Okay. What else am I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I need a towel. Let me do this. I'm gonna do two things. I need to clean it out, and I don't want to clean it out with a white towel and then get Barbicide, because this is Barbicide. And Barbicide is a, Barbicidal is a antifungal, what else would I call this? Antifungal, just a cleanser. Like, it's a really great cleaner. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, I can't think of what's called. But it's a good cleaner. Germs, all types of stuff. It's next level sanitation shit, okay? So it just helps clean off any germs, any surfaces that may have any type of bacteria on them. any kind of bodily fluids, body parts exposed, you want to use barbicide, right? Bam. And she goes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and treat it like this. I don't want no barbicide to be heating up. I really don't want to get my white towel dirty. You know, I'm gonna clean it. It'll be fine. I'm gonna just spray this and rinse it down real fast. And then yeah, what else was I talking about though? I was talking about being consistent with stuff. And in fact, people, you know, will try to throw you off. But that's what it is, part of the plan. It's all a part of the plan. It makes you stronger, you know. Real adversity don't kill nobody. You know, but you gotta know when you're being a detriment to yourself too, right? You gotta know that. Okay, that's good. I'm the messiest person when it comes to using the sink. I will have sink water on the floor. I will have sink water everywhere. I will drive somebody crazy with that. I know I will. Every time I use the sink, I'm just really freaking on it. I'm doing this, even though my whole setup is not perfect, it's like, do it anyway. You know, make the content anyway. You know, what you do anyway, you know? Just get it done. Do it. I didn't put a lot of water in here, but I could put a little bit more. I probably don't even have to do this, but we're gonna do it like that. And if it roll off, it'll roll off. At least it got somewhere to roll off. So anyway, that's cleaned out. Now we're gonna fill up this bad boy, my steamer. Okay, so this is like a 2-in-1 video. You get to see me clean up my space and talk at the same time. Okay. Anyway, I can't do it. Ow, my knee. My knee hurts so bad. I don't know what I did to it, but it really hurts. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so anyway, let's talk about something else I want to talk about with y'all. Let's talk about knowing your worth. Let's talk about that. 'Cause that's another thing that I really wanted to touch on, is knowing your worth and not letting people play with you when it comes to knowing your worth. So recently, I've been, let me sit down so we can talk about this. Because I really want to sit down so I can talk about this. I'm going to clean out that steamer in a minute and put some water in it, but I want to clean it up. So let's talk about this real fast. Let me get my lighting over here. So I got some decent lighting. Oh, I thought that ring light was falling. But anyway, so I want to talk about this real fast. So, as of recently, I have been establishing better boundaries with people when it comes to my energy and how people are saying things to me, how I'm receiving things. Like, I be having to cut people, stop them in their tracks when they think that they can play with me, basically. And so, and I don't want to say like play with me like, you know, play, yeah, I do. I mean that, I do. Like play with me like being manipulative, play with me like, oh, you know, I'm gonna handle her this way. I'm going to, you know, and when it comes to important phone calls and stuff like that, texting instead of calling, just handling me with care when I know that I deserve that, and not putting up with people being able to handle me and treat me anyway based off of how they feel like, you know, them being upset, or they just get to respond to me that way. As a woman, and especially a woman who I'm 35, I'm finally in this energy where I'm not a masculine little tomboy chick anymore. I'm not. I don't want to be super Mrs. Independent. I want to be in the energy of being able to receive. I want to be around people who give. We get it's reciprocal. We give and receive with one another. I don't want to always have to be the one to reach out to people. I don't want to always have to be the one to make plans. I don't always have to be the one to say, "Hey, do you want to go to lunch?" I don't always want to have to be the one to easily say, "Hey, let's easily forgive." But when I say that, I'm like, I just kind of turn the other cheek and be like, that's how somebody is. And I keep making excuses for people's behavior and how they treat me based off their lack of a perception of the situation. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not tolerating that no more for nobody and for nothing. Like, I just won't do that because it literally diminishes my self-worth. It makes me feel like I'm not capable of being loved. It makes me feel bad about myself. And I'm not doing that to myself anymore. I'm no longer tolerating bare minimum shit for people who I would go over and beyond to and for. You don't show me love, I ain't got nothing for you either. You don't support me, I won't support you either. I don't care what you're going through. And I'm so serious. Like, I have a family member right now who is dealing with something. But based off of the simple fact of how you've been treating me, I'm not going to be there for you. Because you have not been there for me in that same way. And it's fucked up, but it is what it is. And that's how much I'm standing on my boundaries. Like, I'm so serious. I'm not for play. I'm not. I'm too loyal. I'm too giving. I'm too honest. I'm too all of that. You can have a real down-to-earth conversation with me. If I'm wrong, I tell you I'm wrong. If I didn't understand how you felt. But to make jokes of or to perceive me and to make assumptions about me and who I am and my character without having an honest to God truth conversation with me is not okay. And I'm no longer tolerating that from people. I'm just not putting myself in that energy no more because I don't deserve that. Because I give people grace. I give people opportunity. I can sit there and know that you're going through something or you're raised a particular way so you don't know how. But does that give you the excuse and the right to treat me less than or for me to have to tolerate that? No, I don't have to deal with you at all because it's not fair to myself. Right? So this is where I am. And that's all across the board. Family, friends, relationships. Even my daughter found herself trying to, be a little rude to me. And I'm like, excuse you, that's not okay. I'm not tolerating that, That's behaviors that you're learning from other kids, because you're having to be assertive and defend yourself. Then you don't need to be in that type of environment, right? Same for me. If I always have to be assertive and always have to be defending myself, I don't need to be in those type of environments. Any type of environment that puts you in a survival mode as a man or a woman, when you keep having to always fight and be in survival mode, is not a safe place for you. Because people who love you and genuinely care about you, they're not going to constantly put you in places and energies and things where you have to constantly defend your actions. You got to constantly stick up for yourself. You got to constantly be fighting. Why? You're supposed to be a safe place for me. Why would I do that? Why would I continue to put myself in that kind of space and in that kind of energy? That's not fair. So no, I don't care who it is. I've compromised way too much. And at the same time, I'm a strong individual, very headstrong. And so with that being said, even in places where I felt like I suffered or didn't have certain stability, I wasn't going to kiss ass to save face. You understand? I much rather trust in the divine and do what I need to do and continue being my genuine, authentic self, because somebody gonna catch my vibe and they gonna feel it. You feel me? So the more that I continue to ascend and I keep honoring Kendra and I keep being loving to myself and I keep honoring myself and I'm not being rude, I can be humble, but I don't need to be humble. I know how to conduct myself. I know how to be proper. I know how to be courteous. I know how to be generous. I know how to be kind. But I'm not gonna dumb myself down to fit somebody else's standard of their version of who I should be. Because if that's how you feel, then I don't need to be in your presence. You feel me? I don't need to be in your energy. Right? It's just that's not a place for me, you know? And so with that being said, I know that. So I'm no longer putting myself in relationships with people or fighting for relationships or holding on to people or places that make me feel like I need to conform to fit in your idea of who you want me to be. That's not okay. We will not be doing that. We will not be doing that. Because when you're with me, I want you to be your authentic self. I want you to be who you are. But you're going to be kind over here. And you're going to be considerate. This is equal give and take over here. If you're a taker, I have nothing to give to you. You need to go on and take from somewhere else. If you're an energy vampire, or I can't do that because you feel the need to control, or you got mommy issues because your mommy didn't give you enough emotional support. I can give you that, but if you don't have nothing to give in return, this is not the place for you. Okay? We're going to find a lot of alignment with each other very fast. Right? That's just where I am. Those are the circumstances that I found myself in as of lately, working for somebody else. Still being in the same industry, but them wanting me to work to their hours and their standards, and this is their environment. You can do that. That's your environment. That's where you are. But that's not for me. Right? I'm a free spirit. I'm meant to be a leader. I'm meant to be more than just a worker. That's not who I am. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. You know what I mean? I know who I am. Okay? So with that being said, I'm not going to put myself in positions to keep having to work underneath somebody, to conform into how somebody wants me to do it. My spirit don't thrive well there, you know? I love to nurture people and to pour into people. But at the same time, I need that space to be able to do that. And so I have to be a boss. I have to call my own shots so that I can have the space to be able to create and to be able to do and to be and to say and to think and to act and to genuinely move what feels good for me, you know? And a lot of people are not going to resonate with that because they don't move like that. They've never had that opportunity, that space, that energy, that inspiration to do the same. So people become followers of trends and working and slaves to the 9 to 5. I don't want to do that. That's not my purpose. That's not my passion. That's not my goal. You know? So I can't be around people who think like that. Because we're never going to understand each other. Right? You're never going to understand why I would rather be a free spirit and move from place to place, even though I crave stability. But at the same time, to get me to where I need to go, my path look different. And if somebody can't understand that, you want to keep talking about, oh, why were you here and there and there and there and here? Because I needed support. Someone to support my free spirit. Someone to support me creativity, right? And creatively. And at the time, a lot of times isolation is where the divine, where God will have you to be. Be by yourself so you can creatively do you and inspire and aspire to be more. You know, a lot of environments that we're put in when you're a free spirit and you're a chosen one with a path, your path is going to look different from everybody else's. You're not going to be conforming to everybody else. You're not going to work a job. You're not going to do how everybody else do. You know, look at me. I'm a tarot reader. I'm an esthetician. I'm 35 and I'm just now really getting a grasp of who I am and really what I want. Most of the people that I do aspire or who inspire me on their entrepreneurial paths are people who are of the age of 30, in their 30s, if not older. Because you had to go through life. Life had to teach you some really ugly lessons and show you who people are so you can show those people who you not. You know, I know this. I know who I am. I'm no longer putting myself in situations where people want me to fit like this into they. I can't do it. You gonna miss me. We gonna every time, cause that's not me. That's not who she is, right? I'm here to inspire the masses to be creative and to find your own path and to march to the beat of your own drum. That's who I am, you know? So, yeah. That's what I wanted to share with y'all. Also, you see my space. We made it. We made it. Hey. So, I hope this inspires you. I hope, I know I didn't really go into depth of details about the story lines that kind of led me here, but I will be sharing more. I will touch on some other things too later on. I don't want to make this video extremely too long, but I did want to give you some inspiration, kind of show you my space. Your girl is here. We're making great things happen. Yeah, work hard, stay humble, you know? Don't be too humble, be kind, be considerate, right? But yeah, so this is where we are, this is what we're doing. And so yeah, just sending you guys a lot of love and light. You already know what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching to my channel, subscribing to my channel. YouTube, it's always a pleasure to be here. TikTok, wherever you're watching me at. I love you guys to life. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace.